What's going on, everyone? You're listening to Bull Central here. Hope you're all doing well and had a happy new year. Apologies that I wasn't able to come out with a video yesterday as I came down with a bit of a stomach flu, but feeling much better than I was yesterday. Now, the video I'd initially planned to come out with yesterday, I did the recording and part of the video editing, so I may just upload that anyway, even though it's a bit dated and it was recorded before the Bucks game last night, which I will get into in a little bit. But before we get into that, just another quick reminder, we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers on the channel. So if you do want to be included in the drawing for the gift card giveaway to the NBAstore.com, all you have to do is subscribe and you will be automatically included. Now, about last night's game, I guess in a way I was glad I wasn't feeling well, as I only caught the first half, and it appears things got even uglier in the second half. Now granted, this one was, this was one of the best teams in the league. I know their record doesn't reflect it, as the Bucks started off the season, or they've started off the season kind of slow, but I mentioned in my past videos that I do think this is the year the Bucks will finally make it out of the East and go to the finals with the additions of Drew Holiday. They're well positioned to make a deep run into the playoffs. And how about Dante DiVincenzo? He's really started coming into his own and has been a nice added piece that continues to be more and more productive, especially with his three-point shooting. But regardless of that fact, the Bulls played one of the best teams in the league. It was still a bad game for the young Bulls. Honestly, looking at the box score and what I saw in the first half, I don't know if I can say there was a single bright spot from the game. Lavine led the team in scoring with 16 points, but he didn't shoot the ball that well. He also had 5 turnovers. I guess you could say the only somewhat of a bright spot from the game was Wendell Carter Jr. in that he continues to play better than those first couple games of the season, but still nothing really to write home about. 12 points, 5 rebounds. Coby White didn't have a good game either at all. 12 points on very inefficient shooting, and he really struggled to facilitate the ball with only 3 assists after coming off a great game in which he had 10 assists. And yeah, I think that was one of the main things that I noticed even just when watching the first half, was the ball movement just was not there. I think that was one of the things that they really started doing well in the games against the Wizards. The ball movement was great. In this game, it was not, and there was just a lot of turnovers, kind of going back to that Warriors game. And when the Bulls are playing against really good teams, they have to take care of the ball. Otherwise, those teams are just going to destroy them on the offensive end. I'm not going to get into this too much because, again, it was the Bucks. The game was the second half of a back-to-back, and those are always challenging to win, especially when traveling. And on top of that, the Bulls are shorthanded, with 4 guys being out still, one of which is the team's best player in Markkanen. So again, I expected a loss, but would have liked to have seen a little more effort on the floor overall. Now, we do know that Chandler Hutchinson did test positive for COVID, so hoping that he recovers okay, but that likely means he's going to be out for the next 2 weeks at a minimum to quarantine from the team. Now, what is unclear is whether Markkanen, Satoransky, and Arcidiacono have in fact tested positive for the virus as well, or if they are just being quarantined for safety measures due to exposure to Hutchinson. What we do know is that all 3 of those players went back to Chicago and will start quarantining, and we have no idea how long that could be. Again, just another reason why this is going to be an unprecedented season in the NBA, as any player could be a late scratch on any given night and have to be sidelined for weeks on end. Hopefully Lowry, Sato, and Archie have not tested positive and will be able to be back on the court in a matter of a few days. No update from Markkanen, though, on his calf contusion, and the status of that is that's why he was initially out before he fell under the NBA's health and safety protocol. Markkanen is obviously a critical piece to this Bulls roster, so I'm hoping his calf injury won't sideline him for too much longer once he clears the NBA protocol. I'll try and upload my video I initially scheduled for yesterday in a little bit. Let me know what you guys, or what your thoughts were on the Bucks game. The Bulls will take on another tough opponent tomorrow in the Dallas Mavericks. Like I said, this is going to be a challenging month for the Bulls in terms of their overall schedule. As always, be sure to subscribe if you're a Bulls fan, as I post daily Bulls content, and I will catch you guys in the next one.